This is the untold story of Mark Henry's downfall. Mark Henry's journey began long before the WWE. Born in Silsbee, Texas, Henry showed remarkable strength from an early age. By his teenage years, he was already a national weightlifting champion. His potential was clear, and it didn't take long for him to represent the United States in weightlifting at the 1992 and 1996 Olympic Games. Mark wasn't just another strongman, he was the strongman. In 2002, he won the Arnold Strongman Classic, solidifying his position as one of the strongest men in the world. However, it was in 1996 when his path took a new turn. The WWE, which was then the WWF, saw the potential for a crossover star, a man who could not only perform incredible feats of strength but also entertain millions inside the ring. If you're a fan of stories about legendary athletes like Henry and want to see more untold stories of WWE legends, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more. Mark Henry's early WWE career wasn't as smooth as some might have expected. Despite signing a 10-year contract with the WWE, making him one of the highest paid athletes at the time, Henry struggled to find his footing in the world of professional wrestling. Many of his peers felt that Henry had not paid his dues, and the locker room was reportedly cold towards him due to the size of his contract. His lack of in-ring experience didn't help matters either. Fans weren't connecting with his initial persona, and it became clear that while Henry was a natural athlete, he had a lot to learn in terms of showmanship. It wasn't until years later in 2011 when Henry found his true calling in the WWE with the creation of his infamous Hall of Pain gimmick. Fans saw a new side of Mark Henry, a brutal, dominant monster destroying opponents left and right. This version of Henry was relentless. He captured the World Heavyweight Championship and finally earned the respect he had been fighting for throughout his career. The Hall of Pain era solidified his status as one of WWE's top heels and gave him the recognition that had eluded him in his early years. But as with many wrestling careers, the physical toll started catching up. Henry had battled injuries throughout his career, but as he entered his 40s, his body began to break down more rapidly. His back, in particular, became a major source of concern. In an interview, Henry revealed that his back issues were so severe that it led him to his eventual retirement. He suffered from bulging discs, which impacted his ability to perform. Despite trying to push through the pain, he had come to terms with the fact that his body could no longer keep up with the demands of professional wrestling. This physical decline marked the beginning of Henry's downfall. No longer able to perform at his peak, he had to step back from the spotlight, something that would affect him mentally as well. Mark Henry's problems didn't end with his physical decline. WWE's creative decisions regarding his character also led to personal frustrations. Henry has spoken openly about the moments when WWE's booking left him feeling undervalued. One particular instance that hit him hard was when the creative team sidelined him during a major storyline. The disappointment from the company he had dedicated so many years to left Henry questioning his place in wrestling. He admitted in multiple interviews that this led him to a state of depression. Without the adrenaline of the WWE and the physical outlet of wrestling, Henry struggled to find meaning. He opened up about his depression, explaining that he felt lost and unsure of what to do next. Wrestling had been his life for over 2 decades, and now, with injuries forcing him out and creative disagreements making him feel overlooked, Henry's mental health suffered. After stepping away from full-time wrestling, Henry found himself in a difficult position. He had been one of the most feared wrestlers in the ring, but now, without that outlet, he had to find a new purpose. Henry tried different avenues to fill the void. He ventured into stand-up comedy, something he believed would help him connect with people and give him a new way to perform. While the venture provided him with some relief, it wasn't enough to fully fill the gap left by wrestling. In addition to comedy, Henry dedicated himself to community service and motivational speaking. He began sharing his story, not just about his successes, but about his struggles with injuries and mental health. In doing so, he became an advocate for athletes dealing with the pressures of professional sports and the impact it can have on their mental health. Despite the challenges, Mark Henry's legacy remains intact. He was inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame in 2018, a recognition of his impact on the industry and his incredible strength both physically and mentally. Henry's journey is a reminder that even the strongest individuals can face their own battles. His story of rising to fame, falling to injury and depression, and finding a new purpose outside of wrestling serves as an inspiration for anyone facing setbacks in their own lives. In the end, Mark Henry's downfall wasn't just about leaving the ring. It was about overcoming the personal battles that came after. He remains a symbol of resilience, showing that even when life takes away what you love most, you can still find a way to stand tall. Mark Henry may have left the ring, but his story isn't over. His journey from strength to struggle and back again is one that resonates with everyone. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay tuned for more untold stories of your favorite wrestling legend.